Hey everybody, so sorry for the few minutes starting late, but thank you so much for joining us here for this sneak peek into the new photoFXlab. We've been working really hard on this project for the last few months, and I'm really excited to show you some of the things that we've got going on inside of it. So with that, let me answer a couple of the questions that's coming through right now. We have tons of questions about when this is going to be released, how much it is, if it's a standalone, and all of these other questions coming through. So I do want to let you know that the release is planned for late next week, so keep an eye out on that newsletter that will be coming out at you. I'll give you a link to sign up for newsletter releases if you're not already signed up. It will retail at $79.99, but we will be introducing it to you at the price of $29.99 for a long period of time for that introductory discount. So I hope that answers a couple of those questions, and I'll answer the standalone here in just a moment. So with that, let me tell you about photoFXlab. Basically, over the years, we've had so many user requests for a few key things, and this program really answers those requests. One of those things is a library of effects of all of our plugins that they can instantly access without having to go into the plugins. So we definitely have that, and I'm really excited to show that to you. Also, with the recent releases of black and white effects and Adjust 5, the selective adjustments that we have within those programs have been highly requested for the rest of our programs. So within this Topaz, what I'm calling our Topaz workshop, this photoFXlab, you are able to incorporate selective adjustments. I'm going to answer that very first question I was talking about with the standalone capabilities. It is a standalone program, but I find that it is best to use it as a plugin still. So you can still use it as a plugin with your normal workflow. It basically is a Topaz workshop. Right now I am going to be using it as a standalone. Let's just go ahead and get on out of there. So here we have the basic interface for photoFXlab. I will be introducing it into the Lightroom workflow at the next sneak peek webinar, and our Lightroom Aperture and iPhoto users are really going to get a lot of benefit out of this program. If you've been missing out on using ReMask or participating in a layered workflow, then you're going to be able to do that within this program. So it's going to be really nice for those users. Let me go ahead and open up an image here to start off with. All right, so let's just pick up an image here. Okay, so we're going to start on the left-hand side just to show you exactly what's going on. The left-hand side, as you can see, has all of these effects here in this effects library. This is a quick application of the effects that you'll find, the default Topaz effects that you'll find in Adjust, black and white effects, Simplify, Clean, Detail, and Lens effects. So those are all our kind of more effect-based plugins, not more of the technology-based. So we don't have in focus or denoise, those type of presets in here, because you really can't use those on every image, but you are able to look at these. So over here on the left-hand side, we have effects, plugins, InstaTone, and history. So we'll go over that first. Basically, it's a really simple library of effects. It can search by keywords. You can search by product, by the latest that have been added to it. So all different ways to search through them, and all you do is you click, and what will pop up is a preview. Right now I have it on auto preview. Let me take that off so you can really see what's going on. So here, this is the Van Dyke Umber Dynamic preset that's within our Topaz black and white effects. You'll see an example image, and then if you want to see it applied with your image, you just say preview with my photo, and you have your photo in there to see really what it will look like. If you want to preview all of them with your photo, you just press auto preview, and you're able to see everything change and see exactly which ones you might like for your particular preset or for your particular image. So quick application of presets is a huge deal here. So let's say I want to add a grunge look to this wedding photo. All I could do here is go by keyword and punch in grunge. And what will pop up are all of these grunge presets here. And you can just scroll over them and see your image change. Here's Heavy Pop Grunge from our Topaz Adjust 5. Maybe I want a gritty preset that can be applied as well. So let's go ahead and apply it. Once you find something you like, apply, and it will come over to your image and be applied instantly, and you have that preset. So that's the #1 feature that has probably been requested over the years, not having to actually go in and access your Topaz plugins, just to apply a preset, and we have that there for you. Let me go ahead and undo, make a duplicate layer, and see how useful this really can be with our new layered workflow. If you want to apply this preset, one of the most popular things that we have within Adjust 5 and black and white effects is the new transparency slider that allows for you to blend it with your original image. You can do that over here in your layers now. So here we have our preset that we've just applied, an opacity slider that will now allow you to take some of that down and apply it to, or blend it with the layer below. So here you have a little bit of that preset applied. So lots of fun there. And again, this is tons of presets, all of our default presets that are in our programs right now. Now you say, well, what if I actually want to go in and not just apply a preset? Easily able to do that. Let me just duplicate a new layer. Let's say I want to go into Topaz Adjust 5. I can just go to my plugins. All of my Topaz plugins are listed, and I can just click on Adjust 5. It will pop up immediately. Do you see how fast that is? That's awesome. And you can go to your HDR collection, put whatever maybe you want on there. Let's do a medium pop smooth. Here's before, here's after. I can change some of my adjustments within my Topaz Adjust and really make it my own. Say OK. It will be applied back down in your image here, and again you have that opacity where you can then come in and manipulate it to exactly the blend that you would like. So that is how you access your Topaz plugins. You can also go to Filter Topaz Labs. One of my favorite new features in here, and I warn you it's quite addictive, is the new InstaTone. If you're part of the Photo Envy public beta, you will recognize this feature. Basically what it is InstaTone describes it perfectly. It's a way to instantly tone your image. And let me delete this layer, make another duplicate. Let's check this out. Really what you have here are several different image sites and libraries. So a lot of you are familiar, I'm sure, with 500pix.com or 1x.com. So if you want to click on that, what will pop up is the 500pix.com main site. You're able to come in here and search through a category. But all you do, if you see an image you like, that you like the tone and the light, and you want to see how it might apply back to your image over here, just click on it, and you'll see how it applies back. Now that's a little rough on that one. It's addicting because what it is just shows you so many different types of looks. So it'll take that tone and that look and apply it over here. You'll see it continue to change. And you can go to several different sites to check it out. We also have a photo library, which is many of our users' images as well as professional images, and you can use that on your imagery to see how those tones look. If you find something you end up liking for your particular image, I'm struggling with this image, but it's addicting because you can just continually see what it does. It's kind of fun. If you end up liking something such as this, you can say apply to your layer. It'll apply, and then you can change that opacity. And you've just instantly applied tone and a look to your image. So that can be a lot of fun as well. Let's go ahead and open up another image. Okay, I'm just going to grab something else to play around with. There we go. All right, the last thing we have is a history panel that has been asked for ages, and we have included that within this program. So very simple to apply all of the Topaz effects to your imagery. Let me go ahead and duplicate, and we're going to go over to our right-hand side. On the right-hand side, we do have basic editing adjustments here for you for your temperature and white balance and saturation, your exposure control, dynamics. Let's see here, I'll go ahead and, so very basic stuff just to help you if while you're in the Topaz workshop here. and you can continue after you've made adjustments to continue on. One of the things that people have requested in one of the fun things is our selective adjustment brushes. So let's go ahead and take a look at that with this image. We have dodge and burn, saturation, and detail and smooth within this particular adjustment, selective adjustment panel. So let's say I want to maybe make my sky a little bit more blue. I can come into, or I want to make it a little bit more saturated, I could come in to my saturation brush, take my strength up, take my brush size up, and this is the same edge-aware technology that you have in Adjust 5 and black and white effects that everybody's been really excited about. So it's a lot of fun to be very specific, and you're not going to be affecting your whole entire image, just the part that you want to affect, and you can do it quite easily. So as quick as that, and you notice down here in the masking area for this particular selective adjustment brush, you can see the outline of that tree and see just exactly how selective it can be. It's very easy to get the adjustments exactly where you want it without even having to go into ReMask or any sort of masking program. However, let's say you want to blend two images together. So let's say I want to come into this particular image. Let me just open this guy up. And I want to put a different background in here. I want to put maybe a blue sky. Maybe I want to blend two images together. It's very easily to get a new image. I'm just going to press Add from File. Let's grab this tree image. It might be a nice background. I'm just going to come in here. Now I have both of those images in here. I can work with my layers very easily, dragging and dropping. It's a very simplified layered workflow that's easy to understand once you get into it. But once you are on the image you want to be, you can just click on your mask. Your mask panel will show up top, and you can paint on your mask with this edge-aware technology and quickly and very precisely bring in a background. Oops, that one went a little too close to his face. There we go. All right, so you kind of see how easy this is. There we are, very, very quick. Now I can come into my background, come into my tools panel, maybe expand that, scale that up, and get something that I'm really interested in. Let's see here, move that background around a little. Who knows how you want to play with this image, but you get the idea. It can be a lot of fun, and you could come in here and just cut the horse out. So basically what we've done with this program is give you a shell that you're able to access all of your effects very quickly without having to access the plugin itself. Very, very speedy access to your plugins all in one place. A new InstaTone feature which allows you to instantly tone your images, your basic editing workflow, and selective brushes and masks with this really quick masking technology, this edge-aware technology. I am going to go ahead and turn it over to you. We have about 10 more minutes, and I have tons of questions coming through, and I'll go through another workflow as well while we're in here. Let's see here. I have Ashley sending me over some specific questions because I probably have about a couple thousand at this point, so I can't go through all of them, and I apologize. But again, let me go ahead and tell you we do have tons of questions that I see about price and availability. It's not available at this time. This is just a sneak peek, and most likely what you will see in about a week, it will have a few changes to it. This is a beta version, so we are still working on it, and we'd love to hear your comments and feedback about what features you might like to see. It is standalone, yes. However, right now we are not supporting raw images, so if you are working specifically in RAW, I suggest right now working as a plugin. And I think it's really great to integrate into your current workflow as a plugin and be able to use it within your Lightroom, Aperture, iPhoto, any programs that might not have layers or the capability to use ReMask or masking. This is a really valuable product. And the price, again, the introductory price is going to be only $29.99. So let me go ahead and look at the questions Ashley sent over. First question, are the filters categories searchable by name or type? Yes, they are. So over here, let me get out of this image. We'll open up another image and play around. Let's grab, open. Okay, so yes, you can search by ratings, which is great once everybody starts to get their hands on it, because what you have the availability to do, say you really like this Grunge Me preset, I can rate it right here. So you rate it yourself, let's say 4 stars. What you'll see is that you've rated it, and then as people come in and they rate it, what you'll see is an average rating. And so you have these average ratings, so you can search by people's favorites, you can search by your favorites, which is going to be your own ratings. And then you can search by keywords, like we did this grunge, but you can also search, let's say, black and white. There we go, and it'll pull up a lot of black and white presets for you. You can search by the most popular, the genre, by category, by product. So if you only want to see, let's say, lens effects presets, you can come in here, select your product, lens effects, and then all of your lens effects presets will show up. And then you can immediately get into those, view what your image would look like. I really love this preset box because not only is it somewhere where you can view your image before and after in a really quick manner, you can come in again, rate it, and comment in on it. And you'll start to see a lot of community comments in here talking about it. So now, one thing to know is I have questions about are you going to always be able to use these presets? This is a different type of program. It's going to be a different type of registration process, which we will cover, but basically what it does, it's going to recognize, once you install this, it'll recognize what programs you own as a Topaz customer. So if you have Topaz, you don't have to have the Topaz bundle to use this. If you only have Topaz Lens Effects and Topaz Adjust, what you'll be able to do is come in here and apply all of your lens effects and your adjust presets all at once or immediately. You don't have to go into your plugins, but you can also check out and say, hey, you know what, I've been thinking about looking at some black and white presets or black and white program. I wonder what my image looks like with some of these presets. You don't have to download a trial. You can just come in here and check out the presets by going like this. So all of these presets will come in, but you'll only be able to apply the ones that you've purchased. So that is something important to know. Let's see here. What else do we have? Questions. Let's see here. Ashley, okay. So can I mix all the app effects on an image and save them as a preset to use on another image? At this point, we're not able to save presets within this program. But again, very, very simple and quick to get into any of your programs. It's almost instantly opens. It's so fast. That's what I love about this. And you can come in and you can use your own presets that you've done in your My Collection. So I have one of my favorite here, the Doc 2. I don't know how it would look on this one. You can easily apply your own presets, come back in, and then you have that in the program at that point. So you can still access your own presets, you just can't save the presets within here at this point. Somebody says that I assume when you release I'll have a full-blown webinar for it. Absolutely. Right now this is just a sneak peek into the program to let you know what we're working on, see how, see if this is something that's useful for you guys, and I hope it is. I'm finding that it's a ton of fun in some of these areas, such as the InstaTone. I love it, and that it's really useful with the selective editing because of this edge-aware technology. And let me show it to you one last time. Let's make a duplication of this layer so you really see the difference, and I'm going to change this one to have maybe some really bad exposure, really bad, well, let me just reset that. Let me just do this. Let me brush this. We'll change, let's dodge and burn this time. We will take this strength up, which will give us a burn. Take that brush size, we'll leave it right there. Let's just make our sky darker as opposed to more blue, just more dark. Take that hardness. Now this is a little bit different with the edgeware. It has been worked on, so you'll notice it behaves just a tiny bit different, and I'll be going over that again in more webinars. Actually, that's dodging, but that's okay. So this is really edgeware right now, 100% edgeware. So all you have to do is take your crosshairs of your brush. Whatever color that's on is the color that's going to be affected. So as you can see, my brush is huge right now, and it's definitely going over this windmill. However, because the crosshairs of my brush are only on this blue, it's only affecting the blue color. So this tree, easily unaffected. Let's get this hardness down even farther. And so just like that, with complete cutout of this tree, I was able to not change the tone of the tree, just the sky, not change the tone of the windmill. And so that is why this selective editing is really, really, really good. And you can tell down here, again, on this mask, exactly how selective it is. And my brush was huge on this image, but it didn't touch the rest because the crosshairs weren't there. So I hope that that gives you an idea of what we are working on here. We're going to be working diligently over the next week to continue to improve this product. And again, release is scheduled for late next week. If you're interested in knowing more about the release, you can sign up for our newsletters at topazlabs.com/list. This will also give you a newsletter, a webinar newsletter. So when I send that out, it'll probably be late next week as well. We're going to be having a full month of webinars where this will be our host for our Topaz plugins. So tons of webinars coming up on this. Again, the price will be $29.99. You'll be able to check it out late next week. I hope this is something that you're going to find useful within your Topaz workflow, and I can't wait to hear your feedback on it. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.